Do you also find it really frustrating when it's the end of the month and the bills just keep piling on one after the other? And while you might be able to pay them all off, the stress that comes with living paycheck to paycheck is something no one ever wants to face. But the good thing is, there's plenty of people around the world who've gotten past this and achieved full financial freedom by following key money habits. In today's video, I'm going to share a couple of important tips and tricks that'll help you kickstart your journey to financial freedom, so keep watching to find out how to break free from the clutches of financial insecurity. Before we get started, drop a like and subscribe to our channel for more personal finance and investing content. And if you're new, leave a comment and say hi. Let's start with the most important habit of all, monitoring your expenses. Now, I know you're probably tired of hearing this, but keeping your expenses in check is one of the most effective ways of achieving financial freedom. When you meticulously track your expenses, not only are you able to maintain financial discipline, but you can also build positive financial habits, such as saving and investing. Peter Drucker once said, "If you can't measure it, you can't manage it." And this goes for your money too. Taking control of your spending habits involves a few key steps. First, you need to scrutinize your spending categories to identify the most crucial ones. Are you spending more on buying things you need this month? Or are you spending your money on stuff that falls under the category of wants? By pinpointing where your money is going, you can also opt for less expensive alternatives. It helps you be more self-aware of who you are as a person and allows you the opportunity to reevaluate and calibrate your life choices too. Once you've scrutinized your spending categories, then you need to make a budget. While it does require a lot more effort than making your grocery list, the benefits far outweigh the effort involved. Focus on the positives and consider the substantial benefits it brings. And remember, don't just make a budget every once in a while. Stick to it, be consistent, and keep updating it. Remember, even if you master the art of creating a budget, it'll be useless for it to just gather dust on your shelf, right? Who knows if your favorite pasta sauce is no longer available and you might have to go for another option. So, keep updating, keep reviewing, and if you have to use an app or some other tech-savvy software to make this process simpler, then go for it. And while you're at it, why stop there? Making a budget is essential, but setting a limit to your wants is also another way to set yourself free financially. Purchasing something on a whim can be fun and exciting, but the feeling rarely ever lasts. Instead, once the excitement of a new purchase wears off, that's when the guilt of your impulsive buy takes over, and you're left with a purchase that you neither need nor truly want. Obviously, this impulsive spending is counterproductive, but in order to avoid situations like these, the best thing you can do for your wallet is to apply the 1% rule. The 1% rule is simple. You need to wait a day before buying anything that costs more than 1% of your yearly gross income. So, for example, if you earn $50,000 a year, you need to wait a full 24 hours before you can even think about buying something worth $500. The 24-hour cooling period allows you enough time to reconsider your purchase, so the next time you're struggling with the inner debate of, do I really need this versus do I want this? All you need to do is take an extra 24 hours and let logic take over. Save up for the big purchases. Picture this. You've been eyeing the new MacBook for months now. It's sleek, it's beautiful, and it sounds like the perfect setup for your gig. But wait, do you think it's really worth it to rush this purchase now? Well, let's revisit the 1% rule again. Now, the smart move here is to save up for the MacBook of your dreams instead of diving into the credit card rabbit hole. Unless you've got a bulletproof repayment plan, which, let's be real, most of us don't. Saving up has its perks, like maybe scoring a sweet discount, better financing, or catching a price drop. Sure, loans can make sense for big-ticket items like a house, especially if it appreciates in value. But for that drool-worthy MacBook, save for it. Cash payments might cramp your style momentarily, but it beats being stuck with limited spending power. So, take a beat, start a dedicated savings fund, and watch your financial game level up before you snag that dream computer. Your wallet will thank you later. Books on finance are your best friend. When it comes to financial freedom, there's no better avenue to learn from than financial books. You know what they say, if you want to hide something, put it on paper. Well, That's exactly why folks are missing out on so many good books that can teach them a ton about finance and financial freedom. There's a lot of valuable information stacked into all those books. I'm not saying that you need to go through each one of them, but it wouldn't hurt to explore the minds of those who've made it, right? You see, learning is a wonderful journey. The more effort you put into it, the sharper your skills get. Now, here's the deal. Financial literacy is your secret weapon for making savvy money moves. It's basically your superpower, giving you control over your financial destiny. So next time you're thinking of scrolling through your feed, maybe consider flipping through a finance book instead. Trust me, it's a game changer. Try to cut down on your monthly expenses. Another super easy way to take control of your cash flow: cut down those monthly expenses. Now, I get it. Some things like rent and car payments are set in stone, but there's wiggle room with stuff like clothes and entertainment. And it might sound a bit over the top, but being frugal can seriously pay off. So here's a quick tip. Want to save on bills? Use less power, shop smart for groceries with those bulk discounts, or maybe even check out different insurance providers for your home or car. There are lots of ways to cut down on your monthly expenses. You might have to look for them, but they can be worth the hunt. Avoid eating out. Instead, channel your inner chef and eat at home. Easing up on takeout can do wonders for your wallet. Sure, the occasional fancy dinner is cool, but getting into the habit of cooking at home or packing your lunches can save you some serious cash. Here's the trick. Plan your meals for the week. It takes the guesswork out of what's for dinner, and trust me, your bank account will thank you. Even if you're not a kitchen pro, no worries. The internet's got your back with tons of easy recipes and cooking tips. Start small, maybe cook one meal a week, and try bringing lunch to work. You might be surprised at how much money you can stash away. Get rid of your debts and pay them off. Let's talk about a financial no-no: carrying a ton of debt, especially on those pesky high-interest credit cards. It's like having a money vacuum in your pocket. To level up your finances and open doors to new opportunities, focus on kicking that debt to the curb as soon as possible. First things first, make a list of all your debts: credit cards, student loans, car loans, everything. Calculate those minimum payments so you know what you're up against. But here's the scoop: just paying the minimum won't cut it for a quick debt escape. Check your fixed costs, figure out how much extra cash you can throw at your debt, and explore ways to lower those interest rates. You can ask your card issuer for a rate cut, consolidate loans, or maybe shift high-interest debt to a lower-rate card. Now, develop a game plan for paying off that debt and tweak your spending habits. The faster you crush that debt, the more money you free up each month. Oh, and a heads up, tackle credit card debt first. It's like a sneaky ninja that loves to stick around. Abandon those credit cards. It's no secret that credit cards are super handy, but if you're finding yourself in a monthly money juggle and leaning on those cards like a crutch, that's a red flag. To get back in the financial driver's seat, step away from those credit cards. Start by making a budget that keeps you clear of having to use those credit cards. Stash some cash for those big buys or simply leave the credit card at home. Those high interest rates can be a real headache, especially in emergencies. Don't let your money vanish into the credit card abyss. Break the habit, regain control, and let those cards take a back seat until you're rocking the financial responsibility game. Continue to spend quickly. Here's the deal. For about a month, you cut back on non-essential spending. Essentials like food and transport are fair game, but the extras take a back seat. It might sound a bit intense, but trust me, it's going to help you in the long run. This spending fast isn't just about saving money. It's supposed to shift your whole perspective on financial freedom. You learn to tell the difference between needs and wants, reshape those spending habits, and maybe even gain a whole new perspective on your moolah. Picture this: a life where financial headaches are a thing of the past, and your pockets are jingling with extra cash. Interested? Well, stick around, follow these steps, and let's kick those financial challenges to the curb. Thanks for watching this video on the 10 best money habits for financial freedom. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more personal finance and investing related content. In the comments below, let me know if you have any questions. Here's to becoming rich and financially free.